Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So welcome to another market open stream. Today, Bitcoin has hit an all-time high once again, and Bitcoin is surging towards $100,000. I got a good feeling, guys. I really do. I think today's the magical day. Today, we can see six-figure Bitcoin. It could happen during the stream. Maybe, maybe not. But I have a feeling it's going to happen today. And we have a lot of crypto. Also, they are rallying today. Let's do it. Let's talk about everything that's going on. It is going to be an absolutely marvelous day for crypto, for all crypto, for Bitcoin and crypto. Let's do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are starting out the day at 94.8, a brand new all-time high. I told you guys last night, even though we retraced down to 92, I'm like, guys, today we're going to open up 95, 96, wherever we are, and we are going to go higher. We have so much bullish news every single day, and man, this train have left the station and is not going to come back. We just keep going and going and going. I drew this line yesterday. It's pretty obvious. You can see the trend, and the trend is upwards. I mean, we may get a little up and downs, but you can clearly see the trend. After we broke 90,000, we're just going up, and we're not slowing down. And every single day, we're getting better and better news. And Trump is sticking with his word, even though he's not president yet. He's making all the right moves, all the right appointees that are all very, very pro-Bitcoin. One after another after another. I don't know who is the new secretary, Treasury Secretary. Maybe it's Larry Fink himself. And who is going to be the new SEC chair? I don't know. Maybe it's the guy from Madeira. Whatever the case is, every single person seems to be very, very, very pro right now, and we are on our way to $100,000. Today, the U.S. market is opening up mixed, but you know what's not mixed is Microstrategy, who is now, they are a 100 billion market cap company. You know what's funny? Carl's here. Yesterday, I shared a story about one of my best friends who I've tried to convince to buy MicroStrategy since the beginning of time, and he still hasn't. And I've been telling him, and I'm in this group chat, I was telling him, and yesterday MicroStrategy was still at like 85 billion. And I just blurted this out, and it's going to be true now. I said next year, MicroStrategy will be a $1 trillion market cap company. And yesterday, it sounded a little ridiculous because it was at 80 billion. But then I thought about it. I'm like, by the end of this year, it's going to be above 100 billion. And the way Bitcoin is moving, the way MicroStrategy is going, a 10x is not that far-fetched. Right? Especially it's above 100 billion now. Where is it going to end by the end of this year? It could end at 150 billion by the end of this year. The way it's going, it's adding more than 10 billion a day. So if MicroStrategy ends at 150 billion by the end of this year, can it be a $1 trillion company by the end of next year? I mean, it has to retrace sometime, but, even with the retracements and consolidations, it still can be with the help of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to go up, it's kind of mind-boggling. Think about it. A company that was only worth like $10-15 billion earlier this year now is above 100 billion and could be worth $1 trillion by the end of next year. That's how crazy it is. And that's all thanks to Bitcoin. But I've been telling you guys about MicroStrategy. I've been showing you guys how tremendous their growth has been so far. And they have broken into the top 100 U.S. public companies by market cap. Top 100. That's insane. 500% year-to-date growth. What does MicroStrategy even do outside of just acquiring Bitcoin? Does anyone know what they do? Big Daddy Saylor, all he does is raise money and buy Bitcoin. That's all you need to know. Okay, that's all Wall Street cares about. That's why their stock keeps going up 10% every single day. That's all that matters. Just buy Bitcoin. Keep buying Bitcoin, keep buying sats. That's all you need to do. As a company, as a retail investor, as a whale, as a country, as a whatever. Everyone in between, just buy sats. It's the easiest way to build life-changing wealth or build market cap. Right? They're going to sell another $2.6 billion worth of notes, again, to buy more Bitcoin, which thus is going to get more investors to buy their shares, which thus will pump up their price even higher and market cap even higher. But here's the thing, Saylor, he's not just doing it for himself. He has caused a name for himself and his company. And that is why next month, this big vote that Microsoft is going to have next month, it's going to be a big one, okay? It's a big one. So Microsoft themselves and the board does not want to buy Bitcoin. But because there's some activists with a big chunk of shares, they want Microsoft to buy Bitcoin. So Microsoft board has no choice but to put this up for a vote. Now, it seems like that activist has contacted Saylor and wants him to do a 3-minute presentation for the board, and Saylor has agreed. Now, Saylor has made such a name for himself, and MicroStrategy has made such a name for himself. Microsoft cannot ignore it anymore. I mean, just think about it. If Saylor can convince Centea, the CEO of Microsoft, and everyone else to just go all in on Bitcoin now. I mean, Microsoft is sitting on like $100 billion worth of cash. $100 billion, probably more. At one point in time, they were holding like $300 billion worth of cash, right? As much as Saylor holds and MicroStrategy holds, Microsoft could come in with $300 billion and make Saylor and BlackRock's holdings look like chump change. They could just buy $300 billion or whatever billion, hundreds of billions instantly. That's how rich Microsoft is. And same thing with Apple and Google. They have hundreds of billions of dollars in cash they don't know what to do with. They can't just acquire all these other companies. All they do is do buybacks because they're not allowed to do anything with this money. Because if they do acquisitions, there's like all this antitrust stuff that comes up. So all they do is buybacks, share buybacks. But now, if they have a viable option to say, go buy Bitcoin with all this cash, it's a win-win. It's a win for shareholders. It's a win for Bitcoin. It's a win for everyone. Think about it. If that's the new paradigm where all these big tech companies now start buying Bitcoin rather than buy their shares, and investors love that, oh my God, that's just going to, I mean, these companies make like 20, 25, 30 billion dollars worth of profits per quarter. They make over $100 billion in profits per year. And imagine if they just put 10% of that into Bitcoin a year, each one of them We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars into Bitcoin every single year. That adds up to a lot. The supply shock that's already happening is going to increase more and more. Here's another one. Hoth Therapeutics board of directors approved Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. I don't know who they are, but they said they're going to approve a purchase of $1 million in Bitcoin, which is a decent amount, right? But look at this. As soon as they reported that, their stock went up 10%. Like, look at that. As soon as it was reported, it shot up 10%. Every company on the planet is going to adopt Bitcoin. And again, this is thanks to Mr. Saylor and his unwillingness to give up even during the bad times during 2022, 2023, when people were making fun of him. Even the crypto people, even the people that were in Bitcoin and crypto were turning on him. He did not waver. He even joined in on the fun. He even threw on the McDonald's cap. He even trolled himself, saying that he was going to work at McDonald's. He never wavered. He continued to DCA, and look at where he is now. He is the darling of Wall Street. He's the new Bitcoin Jesus, and everyone wants to follow in his footsteps now, right? You got to hand it to him. Now, other things. Bitcoin ETF options. This is the reason why Bitcoin is so hot. Okay, well, one of the reasons why. Yesterday, we broke above 94,000. Today, it seems like we could keep on going. We're at 94.2. We retraced down a little bit, but I have a feeling we're just going to keep on going. Today's going to be like super, super hot. I think we're going to be super hot because with Bitcoin options, it's going to bring more volume, more liquidity. Everyone's going to be FOMOing more. Yesterday was the first day. We had 1.9 billion traded, which, according to Bloomberg ETF analysts, it's unheard of for a day one of trading. Unheard of. It's like the biggest trading day for a first day, I guess, ever in history. Okay. And the ETFs alone now hold 5% of the supply, 1 million Bitcoin. That is equivalent of Satoshi himself. So if you think that Satoshi holds 5%, ETFs now hold 5%. That's 10% of the supply. Now, the US now buys 5%. That's going to be another million. That's going to be a lot, right? And yesterday we had a total of $816 million worth of inflow. Again, the people that decided to sell just 3 days ago and 4 days ago, now they have to buy back in. Seems very silly. Why would you sell 3 or 4 days ago? There was no reason to. Now they have to buy back in at a higher price. It's very stupid to. Why would you sell Bitcoin right now? No reason for that. Zero reason for that. Makes no sense whatsoever. Right now, if there's any dip whatsoever, you think of it as a gift. Any dip there that's presented to us, you think of it as a gift, because once we break that 100,000 mark, we're not going to turn back. We're just going to keep on going. The supply shock is only going to increase. We're not going to see any more cheap Bitcoin. The days of 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 Bitcoin are gone. Do you remember this? I'm going to bring this up because I bookmarked it. I showed this and I made this I made a big point about this and people didn't believe it, but Crypto Rover brought this up. This was the last 3 elections, not counting this current one that we just had. But on election day for the last 3 elections, now counting the 4th one, we'll see if the 4th one holds. But whatever the price Bitcoin was at during election day, we have never went below. this last election where Trump won again, Bitcoin was at like 70 something thousand. If it holds true, we'll never be below 70,000 again. And where we are now, 90,000 plus, and we're not wavering. We're nowhere wavering into the low 70s. Well, I don't think we're ever going to see those prices again. People that were complaining about how we were in the 60s, well, we're never going to see those days again. You know, I made this point, like, guys, once we move above, we're never going to see those prices again. Well, let's see if it's true. I mean, it's early. But like right now, man, we just keep on going up. It doesn't seem like we're stopping. We're just going up and up and up and up. The FOMO train is kicking in hard right now. U.S. investors in Coinbase are driving up this rally. No surprise, Coinbase is the biggest exchange in the U.S., although there are options out there. Countries like Bhutan have accumulated over $1 billion in Bitcoin with 34%. That's 34% of their GDP. So they know what's up. 34% of their GDP is in Bitcoin. That's crazy. If 34% of the US is in Bitcoin, that would be like, I don't know what our GDP is, but it's in the trillions. That means like that would be a whole lot in Bitcoin. That would be a whole lot in Bitcoin. Yeah. So we're not there. We're not there. Right now, Q4 performance for Bitcoin, we're like 45. We're like closing in at 50%, which would be very similar to what we saw in 2023 at 57%. Very, very close. We may even surpass it because now we got all these ETFs. We got ETF options. We got all these pro-Bitcoin guys being appointed into office. Everything's hitting, all cylinders running, full speed ahead. We may even surpass that. If you think about it, it's even more amazing because the dollar amount now is way bigger than last year. Last year, Bitcoin was still in the 30s. We're in the 90s now, right? It takes 3 times the amount of money to move Bitcoin. Yet, we're still moving just as quick, arguably even quicker. It's insane. It's insane. Now, of course, Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's leading the way, you know what's going to happen, right? Bitcoin leading the way is going to cause FOMO all around. USDT is starting to explode. When Bitcoiners, when Bitcoin leads the way, I should say, everyone starts feeling good. The confidence comes in and you know what? Everyone starts feeling good and explosions everywhere, right? That's why you see all these different alts start exploding. That's when alts really start shining, right? We have seen Doge surge up recently. We have seen XRP surge recently, right? Volume in South Korea starting to explode. Yesterday, we saw Cardano break into a new level. I don't know where it is now. I think it's like 83 cents. That's a new level. We haven't seen Cardano break above 70 something cents in a long time. It's up 13%. Next level is going to be $1. We haven't seen Cardano at $1 for 3 years. XRP, we haven't seen it above 60 cents in 3 years. We haven't seen it at $1 for 3 years. We're starting to see a lot of these move, right? Obviously with some good news, but also retail sentiment is coming back, right? It's just a matter of time we get a lot of these alts start moving. Solana start moving. Waiting for others like Avalanche. Hey, we got another OF competitor now. Juicy. Those of you guys that want to create different kind of content, go check out Juicy on Avalanche. Get awarded in AVAX. That might be a viable option. What else there? Solana. Sky, formerly Maker, launches the new stablecoin Solana. See, this is the reason why I'm so bullish on Solana. Everything is happening on Solana. People are wondering, why is ETH not moving? Because everything is happening on Solana. That's the reason why. Solana is eating ETH's lunch in every single way. That's why. All right. That's pretty much it. Man, Microstrategy is going to hit $500 today, I think. It's going to be like a plus 20% day for Microstrategy. It's going to be crazy. They are a $110 billion market cap company. No one really knows what they do besides acquiring Bitcoin. Bitcoin is about to hit $95,000. Can we break and FOMO to $100,000? We're not that far off, guys. We're really, really, really close. What is the percentage from there to here? We are only 5% away, guys, from hitting the magical $100,000. Can we see that today? I think so. We're probably not going to see it during this stream, unfortunately. Or I would go out and take a shot of Blue Label. But I think by tonight we could see it. By tonight's stream, we could probably see it. All right. Let's do some Q&A here. I noticed a new mover today, XLM. XLM is one that I'm not really bullish on, but you guys know I've been trading, so I've been watching it because XRP has been going up, so XLM tends to follow XRP. But surprisingly, XLM has been breaking out even more so than XRP, but it's been a good trade so far. But ADA, I was telling you guys yesterday, it broke out of this like resistance that it couldn't break. So now it's at a new level. Good for ADA. Kaiser says, what about the open CME gap of 77K? No one cares about CME gap. That has always been the stupid phenomenon. It's never been true. There are many, many open gaps. No one really cares. If 100K BTC, will you hit that blue label out there? I always do. I did it last time too. Dimitri, I have 5 BTC. Yesterday I sold 60K Bitcoin to buy MSTR. Now up 7K. What are your thoughts? Sure. Sure. As long as you made money, it's a good move, right? I would like to see more. Like right now, the memes are not pumping that much. Bonk made a new high yesterday. Bonk is now 4 billion market cap. It's at an all-time high. It moved quite a lot. But I mean, quite honestly, memes have not been pumping as much as I thought they were going to. But hey, they've still been moving pretty good though. When are we go see Ethereum ETF buys? I don't know. Ethereum ETFs have not helped Ethereum at all. They did for a little bit when they debuted. Ethereum got pretty hot in like March and April, but then they just completely died. It has not helped Ethereum. In fact, it made Grayscale started dumping Ethereum and it made things worse. Eric, what should Polygon holders do this cycle? I can't really tell you that. You have to decide. Polygon is definitely weaker this cycle, but we saw like 2 days ago Polygon pumped up a little bit. Fundamentally, Polygon is struggling a little bit because they made a conversion and the competition is much more fierce. Polygon is still more or less a layer 2 for Ethereum, and their technology is a little dated. They can't scale as well, and they're pushing games away. So fundamentally, they're a little bit behind the competition. NMCT, I did not have 100K in November. Yeah, things are going very quick. Very, very, very quick. Very quick indeed. We'll see. Maybe I'm completely off. Maybe we're not going to have 100K. But I don't know. Today seems like a magical day. Today, until we break 95, 96, I mean, we're only 5% away. 5% is nothing. Yeah, I think we're going to get 100K soon. Microstrategy is leading the way. Options is going to drive Bitcoin much higher. Are you concerned World War will kill the bull run? No, we're not going to get a world war. When will altcoin season start? Next year. Is 50% Bitcoin, 50% MicroStrategy radical? It's not radical. Man, I've been telling my friend to buy MicroStrategy since like 200, 250. It has doubled, and he still has not bought it. How do you feel about base memes? Not a fan. Not a fan. They don't do very well either. Only Soul memes does well. With the exception of Brett. People always say, well, Brett does well. It's the only one that did well. It only did well because Soul was having problems that time, around that time. That's why Brett did well. Nvidia has a big earnings after hours today. So Nvidia reports really well. Then a lot of the crypto AI plays can do well. Okay, specifically like Render and FET. I think they're the, and then you have like Near, and even like Injective. You know, they're kind of lightly in the AI space. I'm going to buy a Lambo when BTC hits 100. I think you should wait. I mean, because BTC is going to go a lot higher than 100. So probably wait. Or buy a used Lambo because next year, the economy or the car market is going to slow down. So there'll be a lot of pretty cheap used Lambos. Like maybe what's only 1,000 miles and get them for a pretty reasonable prices. Daniel, would it be a good move with a smaller portfolio to move some ETH into Sol? It depends on if you have any Sol. I am a big fan of Sol. I think Sol's go flip ETH. I've said that since the beginning of the year. It just makes sense. The metrics on ETH keeps declining. The metrics on Sol keep on increasing. Sol metrics are better than ETH in every single way now. So it makes sense. It's going to flip eventually. Raycab, is IOTA dead or does it have a puncher's chance? I really think it's dead. They still have treasury. They have a large treasury because they had a huge ICO back in the day. They raised like $100 million worth of Bitcoin, but I just don't see how they could come back. I really don't see how they could come back. Oh man, we're still going higher. 94.8. Man, we just got to push to that 95 mark. Seems like we may get some of that resistance around 95. Let's check the liquidation levels here. Maybe that's why. Oh yeah, we're pressing against some big liquidation levels. We got about 20 million shorts looking to get liquidated right around 95,000, which is right around the corner. And then we got a large 27 million around 95.3. And then we got a bigger one, 95.5 is when 30 million gets liquidated of shorts. Come on now. People, why are people still putting on shorts? People need you to stop shorting Bitcoin, right? If you think Bitcoin's going to retrace, fine, but don't short Bitcoin. If you go play with leverage, just go long. Don't go short. You're just going to wreck yourself, especially now with all the momentum, with all the positive news every single day. In crypto winter, it seems like every single day it's just an onslaught of bad news, right? But in a bull market, it seems like every day it's just an onslaught of good news. Why would you short Bitcoin? Don't do it. So if we get up to 96,000 today, all right, we're going to destroy like another $100 million worth of shorts. But yeah, it might be hard to because we got these liquidation walls or levels to get past. But we did destroy a lot of them. Like you could see this one right here, 94.5 was about 28, 29 million. Mantis, I have a long on ETH. Can you give ETH CPR? Something's barely breathing. I mean, you could just leave it. I don't think ETH is going to go down, Mantis, but there's just not a whole lot of exciting things going on in ETH right now. There really isn't. ETH is never going to go away, but I just don't see anything exciting going on. But, you know, then again, you know, same thing was said about Cardano. Cardano was, you know, not moving for so long and then just started pumping because of, you know, Charles, you know, went to SpaceX and then he's working with Doge now and XRP. Who knows? Maybe Vitalik starts doing something crazy and it brings in excitement once again. Chad, thank you. Any other good movers today? Let's remove the 1 hour. Cardano's leading the way. Stellar. Those are the two I was looking at. Been great for trading. Hey, Polygon's moving a little bit today. You guys were asking about Polygon. See, it's so weird now. You have like two different chains, right? They're like the same price, but different chains because it's just weird. I don't even know how that works. It's two different market caps with two different tokens, but then they're the same price. I don't even know how they peg it the same price, or is it because there are certain exchanges that don't support the new token? I actually don't know how that works, but they're different market caps. That's just really weird. XRP's up today. You got Algorand that's showing some signs of life, up 49%. Same thing with Tezos. These two were decimated, and then they're pumping at the same rate. So you got some whale that's like trying to drive those two up. Cosmos, a little bit. But right now, Cardano and XRP are definitely the ones that have the most momentum. And I'm really surprised Stellar is getting back into the mix of things. I really don't know what's going on with Stellar, but you know, there's definitely a group that's really driving it upwards. Can you explain what's poly market? It's just a prediction market. People place bets on what they think is going to happen. Ryan, Mantra, good entry. I actually don't know anything about Mantra. I see it pump quite a lot. I don't know anything about the project. Sol price prediction. When? By the end of the year or next year? Next year, I think it's going to be above 1,000. Anywhere from like 1,000 to 1,500. On a very, very aggressive side, maybe 2,000, but that's really an off chance. Man, I think that 95Ks, we got some very, very heavy resistance there. XRP too. I mean, we recently pumped up to 130. Seems like we're getting a little resistance here. So if we're going to chart it, we're kind of like doing this right now. But I think we can be looking at a breakout soon. We're looking at something like this, right? So if nothing else, we're going to go down like this, and then we're probably going to get a breakout over here, or we get a little push. We can break out here. Really depends on where the XRP army is. XLM just broke out. Not sure why. I really don't. But if it could hold here and bounce off and break above, that would be really bullish for Stellar. Cardano, like I said, it did break out. And if it could actually bounce off of here, that would actually be pretty good. And, you know, Cardano, if you go all the way back, I mean, they were so high before, I can't even chart it. I mean, back in 2021, they were $3. I mean, it's like all the way back here. You can't even look at it. Yeah, I can't even look at how far off they are. Even with the pump recently, they only got back to their March high. To get back to some of these previous levels, man, they're so far off. I'll just put some of these lines. So, I mean, this level right here, $1.18 is March 2022. And then you got one here. Yeah, man. I'm just going to mark these for future reference. I mean, there's so many. I can't even... Yeah, I'll just leave those for now. But, yeah. Cardano has many, many, many... many levels to climb. Sebastian, Arbitrum is greatly implemented, but the price of the coin does not move much. I mean, relatively speaking, they have moved a lot already. They're multi-billion, but keep in mind, Arbitrum is a layer 2 for Ethereum, and Ethereum itself is not very hot right now. So what can you do, right? If all the developers are not coming aboard to program on top of Ethereum, there's not much they can do. Chris, greetings from Belgium. You're welcome. You know what? I may not retire fully. I may do partial retirement. Heat map for Doge. I have Doge in here. Doge has, after this tremendous pump, it has cooled off a lot. Doge, man, you got to go all the way back, just like Cardano. Man, well, I take that back. Unlike Cardano, it's basically at all-time high. I got to use another chart. It was like a 70 cents. So basically, it's like halfway, more than halfway. This doesn't go all the way back, but it was like up here, right? So basically, there's really nothing else to chart because it just went straight up to the moon. So basically, Doge just needs to keep on going. But from a weekly perspective, it is very overbought. So probably will be stagnant for a while. But then, you know, if Elon does his thing, it'll just keep going. But it's been very, very, very solid. After this tremendous move, I mean, look at it. It's just been going sideways. It's been consolidating. That's amazing if you think about it. It hasn't really retraced down. It did a little bit, but it just went right back up. It is amazingly strong, holding around 39 cents. Rebecca, appreciate it. Back up to 94.5. How's the overall market doing today? Overall market. See, here's the thing. Again, we have decoupled. You look at the broader market, not good. Target plunges 20%. So overall, you could tell the economy in the US is not doing good. People are not spending as much. Their forecast is horrible. That's why their shares are tanking. But you know what? Look at this headline. Cleveland launches former bid for a WNBA team. Why would you do that? Why? But you know, I got distracted. But my point is, even with everything that's going on, you know, it's not taking away from Bitcoin or MicroStrategy. Just like keeps on ticking, keeps on going up. Mike, I appreciate it, man. I know you're enjoying this. So as for the 100K party, I think I've decided that I'm going to host it in Miami because I'm going to be in Miami anyways. Hopefully. But I don't know if it's going to be in time. That means Bitcoin has to hit 100K within the next like week. Because I'm going to be in Miami in like 2 weeks time frame. So that means Bitcoin has to hit 100K by the end of next week, or otherwise it wouldn't work. If Bitcoin could hit by the end of next week, 100K by the end of next week, then I can host that party. Well, I guess even if it can't, I mean, it would make sense to hit it and stays above. If it hits it and goes below, and having a party wouldn't make any sense. We'll see. Does Doge have a limited supply? No. It has an inflation rate. But the inflation rate keeps decreasing over time. So it's good. It does have inflation rate, but it keeps decreasing. So as long as more and more people come and buy it, it's fine. I don't know if Michael Saylor would be at my party. I think Saylor is planning to have his own party. So I have a feeling his party is going to be better than mine. But we'll see. We'll see. My party failed with Crypto.com because I was trying to do it at their stadium, and then they weren't very interested in that. I think it was just too much work for them. That would have been cool to have it in a stadium, but then that's just like too much planning. I have a place in mind in Miami, but I don't know if everyone would enjoy going there. But I would like to book this club. Um, but some people might find it. Some people might not like to go to that club. I'll just leave it at that. So, and I don't know how expensive it would be to book that club for an entire night because they probably make a lot in a single night. So I don't know how much that would be. It'd probably be a lot. So I don't know. I probably had to find some. I probably had to find some sponsors. No, it can't be 11. 11 would be like it would cost millions. That no way it could be 11. 11 is way too expensive. Just to get a freaking table could cost you like 10 grand. No way it could be 11. That place is just super ridiculously expensive. That would be amazing though. Yeah, 11 it can't be done at 11. If I was Michael Saylor and it had like $10 billion maybe, but yeah. I'm surprised Solana's not pumping more. I figure Solana will be pumping more. I'd like to see Solana pump to the 250s. Solana took a breather after this big pump right here, but I kind of want to see Solana pump closer and closer so that it could flip ETH sooner. It's getting very close, like 1/3 now. I want to see it at like a 150s, so that'd be half. All right, guys. I hate to leave with 7,000 people watching, but I don't think we're going to hit 100,000 during this stream. But we could possibly do it by tonight. The way things are going, man, MicroStrategy is now a $100 billion market cap. I think MicroStrategy is going to be a $1 trillion market cap company next year. The way they're going, I know they're going to correct at some point. But the way Bitcoin's going, the way Wall Street is FOMOing into anything that's related to Bitcoin, they're going to be a $1 trillion market cap company. And Bitcoin itself is going to be, I don't know, like a $3, $4, $5 trillion market cap asset. Things are going to be insane next year, guys. Going to be really, really insane. And I think Bitcoin's going to be more insane later tonight. I think Bitcoin has a real shot of hitting 100K. If we can break through 96, okay, like right there. We got a lot of liquidations. If we could break through 96, I think we're clear to hit 100K. So we'll see what happens tonight, guys. All right. Stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tonight. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know what to do. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.